Purple Hammer is great. We actually, I think, did a pretty good commercial to it with this.
I just had to check your temperature because
You don't agree that it's great? I think it's
no,
great.
I believe that this ball is.
Well, well, well. We are back again. Today in Lithuania, in Kišenė, our new home for the upcoming podcasts and upcoming videos. We had our first training sessions here as well. How do you feel about this place, this beautiful home?
Yeah, it's amazing to have a dedicated space to create really good bowling content. So now we have all the conditions to do that. So I'm really excited about what's coming up in the upcoming months.
Yeah, Mindaugas, you tried the lanes. How are those?
Yeah, I'm also very happy about the lanes, about the place that we get because it's quiet, it's easy to train, it's much more convenient for us. The lanes are actually good, pretty good. We still don't have a pattern, so we try to learn everything. So we will see in upcoming season.
Yeah, and just a little geography lesson for the viewers. We are in Lithuania, in Trakai. This is a bowling who is fairly small compared to other bowling alleys, I guess, in Europe and in Lithuania, I guess. And one thing that really comes to mind when you come here is just how cozy it is. I don't know if I've been to bowling alley who is at the same time super spacious, but kind of wraps you around in arms.
Yeah, it feels like home, you know. Yeah, we've been welcomed with open arms, and it's really nice to have here in Lithuania because, you know, the commercial bowling really like slides professional bowling into second or maybe third or even fifth or 19th place. So, you know, having a bowling where another professional bowlers made who are in charge of it, it's a big thing to have. So I'm really excited about the upcoming times, and I really hope so that we will make some really good bowling content.
Yeah, hopefully. And basically, if you are watching this video and you want to come play bowling in Lithuania, we highly recommend coming here. Let us know if you are coming. We will greet you as well. And for the upcoming, I don't know, days, weeks, months, or years, we will create most of our content here. Basically, what you can expect from us. Firstly, we will cover all the news that we are able to gather, translate it to all the community of bowling and maybe people who are new to bowling and trying to learn. So we will try to update as much as possible. So we will have lots of podcasts, lots of regular talks. I don't know, we will, I guess, cover many tournaments as well. So stay tuned. We will do a lot of stuff and hopefully it will be enjoyable to watch. So now let's jump straight into it. Storm Lucky Larsen Masters are over, but bowling doesn't stop there. We have lots of news, lots of tournaments. So maybe, Erikas, you can make an introduction to the first new.
So, yeah, yesterday was the day when International Hammer Challenge ended. And one Finnish player, Rami Mukkula, won his first EBT title. So congratulations to him. Actually, he's a really good player, and we met him in Storm Lucky Larsen Masters. He even finished in final step 2, taking 27th place. So it's quite a result for him and quite a week. Did Rami's achievements surprise you at all?
I wouldn't say that I was really surprised that he won. I think, as you mentioned, like we saw him in Sweden. To me, he looked like a very confident player. I think there were a few times when I had to run and try to film his 300 attempt. And Yeah, so basically it's stuck in my mind that he is very good, and I don't know, to see his name at the top, I think it could be expected. Yeah, and also he plays with two hands. It seems like two-handers are taking over for sure now, right?
Don't start that discussion.
No, let's start. Why? Let's start. You are trying to bowl with two hands now. How does that going for you?
I've been one-hander for the whole bowler career, if I may.
Which is how many years?
I started bowling in 4th grade, so it's like 20 years or so. But I bowling professionally.
So, what did you achieve during this time internationally? Tell to the
Thank
public,
you.
please.
Thank you.
Come back. So yeah, we were talking about your career. I mean, if you want, tell us about your career. If not, tell us how two-handing is going.
Achievements aside, I'm now learning two-handed style. Rev rate is much bigger. It's not to say that I didn't have a good rev rate before, but two-handers have a really good rev rate, and I believe it's the future of bowling. Second thing is the speed, and I believe so that my speed increased at least 1 or 2 kilometers per hour. So I'm really happy and excited about that. And I've been in the middle of that discussion about one-handers and two-handers, but you know, the main thing is that people go bowling as a whole. You know, what's the difference? What kind of style do you have? As long as you are bowling, it's good.
For sure. I'm a shitty two-hander, so I will keep my comments.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, maybe we have different styles, different disadvantages and advantages. Maybe we need 2 separate leagues for two-handed bowlers and one-handed bowlers.
Ooh, controversial.
Spicy.
Just the idea.
Yeah, but when we have like 100 people playing bowling in Lithuania.
No, I don't speak about Lithuania. I'm speaking about overall as a bowling. Maybe this will be the solution to have like different tournaments for that.
I have a question to your question.
Yes.
Most of two-handers release the ball with one hand still. It doesn't matter that they approach the ball with two hands. So where do you differentiate at what point? Huh? Tell me.
At the second step.
The second step.
Too smart.
Too smart. I don't know. I need to think about this answer.
Look, I believe that having that, when we are talking about bowling and different styles and stuff like that, we must take into consideration that the bowling community is not that big to separate two-handers, one-handers, males, females. Like, we can go on and on and on, but is it really good for the sport? I mean, we have a handicap system. It works pretty much good. We will talk about that later, about the EBT rules that's going to be changed in 2025 season. But nevertheless, the competition is pretty much equal for everyone. So why should we, separate one-handers from two-handers, and how many participants in those events would you lure to come? Because, it can go into really silly things, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I don't really understand the hate certain styles get. For example, like Jesper won the Storm Lucky Larsen Masters. He's a two-hander. Both of the finalists were two-handers. And I read some of the comments under that video, and it's, for me, it's strange. Like, people want to vomit when they see two-handers. I mean, we are all people. We are all playing and love the same game, and we all work for it. And those people are working really hard to be at the level where they are. So why the hate? I don't understand it. So basically,
To wrap up this conversation, no matter what style you play,
yes,
as long as you play bowling, you're good.
yes, let's all love each other, please. That's a message I approve.
Put John Lennon somewhere.
Right, so jumping back to EBT Tour and Rami, so again, congratulations. Huge achievement to win a EBT tournament. It's really nice. So with this tournament over, we have 4 stops remaining in the EBT Tour. So the current one is Norwegian Open, which is currently going. About the EBT Tour, we heard lots of different talks, lots of different opinions. There were talks about certain balls maybe, which are too dominant. Let's not name them, but we all know which balls are we talking about.
Purple Hammer.
Purple Hammer. So we heard some news about it. So maybe someone of you want to introduce what news?
Yeah, we had a talk with the EBF president about the upcoming rule changes in EBT 2025 season. And, well, basically, there are 2 major rule changes. One is about ball density, so 78U rule, which is currently in PBA Tour, will apply, well, tournaments will have a chance to apply it here in Europe. We'll talk about that a little bit later. And the second one is handicap system for the women players. So for now, women get 8 handicap points when attending EBT Tour event. But now tournaments will have a chance to make it even bigger and make it 12 or even 16 handicap points. So yeah, basically those 2 are the main rule changes. So heading to the 78U rule, what guys do you think about this change? Is it good or is it not that good for Europe?
When I was thinking about this topic, I had one question that came to my mind. It's a controversial question, and I think it doesn't make sense, but I just want to ask you guys and hear your opinions. Basically, a lot of people, I see a lot of comments about how one ball works better than other balls and so on, and maybe sometimes it's even called cheating. But currently, most of the tournaments are like Purple Hammer is like a dominant ball with the full rack of purple. Question is, if all the players are using the same ball, doesn't it mean that ball is not the main factor in those tournaments anymore? You are all playing with the same ball, so now who is the best? Like it's up to the player's skill, you know? So maybe it's good?
Yeah, actually, it's a very good question from your side. I think if we have the perfect world that everyone plays in the same playing field, like the same lane pattern, on the same lane, with the same ball, yeah, it will be like testing your skills, you know? The better one wins, the more accurate wins, it's
yes,
fine.
Exactly.
But this is not a bowling. Bowling is about all those different things that are changing, and you need to adapt. So if we compress this sport to only one ball and only one condition, it's not a sport in this place. Because bowling is, for me at least, bowling is all about those small changes that are going on the lane with your ball, with the surfaces and everything else, you know.
Yeah, but you can have like dozen of Purple Hammers with different layouts, with different surfaces. So
Yes.
Why not?
Yes, you can have, but it's only one factor, you know. And we don't have perfect world. Also, we don't have the same lanes, identical, you know. All the lanes are different. We have 6 lanes behind us.
But when you are playing in a tournament, usually you go through all the lanes, right?
Not
So
always.
people are rotating.
Not always.
So the conditions the
oh.
conditions are changing, but you all play with the same ball.
Look, guys, I believe that we forgot one thing to mention. A lot of players are under agreements with bowling ball manufacturers. So when we some players just cannot play with that ball, you know, and this situation creates not equal tournaments and not equal situations when it comes about when we talk about those bowling ball things. What?
Okay, so now tell me, I'm an uneducated person. I need to understand. Why do other ball manufacturers don't make the same ball?
Because it's a commercial secret. You know the formula of the bowling ball, that something just clicked, you know, or something just happened, or something you just invented, maybe even unintentionally, trying several things or trying let's say one thing thousands and thousands of times, and just accidentally, or maybe not accidentally, who knows, you just create a perfect little girl.
Because the main question is why this rule appeared. Yeah, we had 73 hardness before. Now it's up to 78, and why PBA said that they need this rule after all. It is because the manufacturers will comply to 73 hardness.
Yes.
Purple Hammer, if I'm correct, at the moment when it's released from the factory, it hits the 73 hardness, but as soon as you throw it on the lanes a couple of the times, it softens, and I think it just like cheating the system, you know, a little bit, because you release the ball that it's complied with the regulations, but after like week or so throwing it, it's going softer, and it doesn't comply anymore. So it's also just my guess, because I don't know what is the spicy thing, why this ball is that good.
Okay, but will this rule really help European bowling?
Yes. First of all, just a disclaimer, I support this change, and I don't want everybody to play with one
Look,
ball.
guys, we have to make a confession. Mindaugas has.
No, I do.
You don't have.
I don't have.
You don't have. His fiance has purple hammer. Karolis owns a purple hammer.
Yes, I
I
do.
never thrown a purple hammer. Okay.
Me too.
Hi. So
Yes, but still, Purple Hammer is great. We actually, I think, did a pretty good commercial to it with this.
I just had to check your temperature because
You don't agree that it's great? I think it's
no,
great.
I believe that this ball is really great.
It's really
it's
great.
really
Yeah,
great.
it's too great.
But it's just as Mindaugas said, it is playing with the rule. You know,
Yeah.
if you have to make something following the rules, and you do, but barely.
I've never been on live television before.
It doesn't follow the rule.
Yeah. of
After
course.
it's manufactured and delivered to the player. So
Yeah. So no matter how Hammer came around this rule, it's their secret. Keep it. But nevertheless, I think that this new rule that appears in European Bowling Tour, I think it's great. It's great for bowling. It's great for European bowling and for the players, as well as other ball manufacturers who are trying to, catch up. So it just gives that competitive edge that we are missing. So I think it's a very good decision.
It's actually the same thing that EBF representatives told us in an interview. It's all about making European bowlers a smoother path to international bowling level. For those who want to be on PBA Tour, this rule is really good. It's not about excluding one or another bowl. It's about, making a fair competition, and that the main bowling rules applied across the world. So I believe that this rule will be really good for European bowling. One thing to mention, that this rule will be optional. It's not that it will apply in every bowling tournament. Bowling tournament organizers will have a chance to make a decision whether we should take this rule or should we not. So, but that's the main difference between PBA Tour and EBT Tour. On EBT Tour, we have a lot of stops. Like this year, we have 15 stops, and each tournament is sponsored by manufacturer or something. And when you are, let's say, sponsored by Hammer, let's say International Hammer Open, let's say, or Challenge, okay? So do you think that these kind of tournaments will include this rule or not?
I think it's a short answer. For sure, no. This rule would be like shooting in the leg, Yeah, and also I wanted to add we have the rules about the 78 from European Bowling Federation, but also we have the rule about the handicaps for women. And also we need to make a point on that tournament organizers also can decide themselves which of handicap they use, But if I just short idea about that, because if we have a tournament that gives women's a 16 as a handicap, and we have a tournament that gives 8 as a handicap, so all the women can go in one tournament with a 16 and have a lot of points as a EBT Tour points, because the places where are after the tournament they get points for EBT title to
EBT Masters,
to play in EBT Masters. So it's now like it will be like competition between the tournaments. You don't want to give 8-point handicap for women because no women come to your tournament. Actually, that it could be like this situation. It's only theoretical, but it's also, as you said, difference between PBA and EBT is that PBA have just rules. We have recommendations. And organizers can decide between this and that. So maybe we need to steer more like PBA in this direction. Also, just idea.
Just throwing it out there. Yeah. But all these rules, I think we will have a really interesting season ahead of us next year. It will be very interesting to see how it all plays out, what kind of strategy will the tournaments choose, how will they decide what handicap to give, how will they decide what balls they want to see in their tournament. So it's really interesting, really good for us, just more content. It's great. So yeah, I don't know, any final remarks?
Yeah, heading back just a little bit about those handicap, I have my 2 cents in this story. I believe that the beginning of EBT Tour of 2025 will be really interesting, because the first tournaments will probably make a line for every single upcoming tournament in EBT Tour, what kind of handicap to choose. I don't believe that this situation, as you just described, that some tournament will just, 16 handicap and others like, we now have to make 16 because 8 will look like stupid idea and so on. So I believe that the first tournaments will settle the handicap and all other tournaments will follow. there might be a slight differences in those tournaments who had problems inviting women players into their tournaments before. But for those who didn't have this problem, I believe they will take that line and follow as it goes. For example, I just preparing for the podcast, I just wrote down some numbers. For example, in Odense International that ended like a month ago, there were 133 participants in total, 41 female. It's like, 30, 30 for, around that. It's a decent number. Okay. For example, in International Hammer Challenge that just ended, 302 participants and 79 female bowlers. So it's really around the same number. Question is, will the handicap system lure more women into the competition? Another thing was that what EBF president told me that one of things that they really hope that will happen is that players who play in PVBA Tour will come to play in EBT Tour as well, because now we really don't have much players that competes in both sides. So their hope is that some big names from Europe who are really good players and really awarded players right back in PVBA Tour will come and play here in Europe as well.
Yeah, I think just both of those changes made by European Bowling Tour, I think they should increase the registrations, both male and female. I think they are for the greater good and for the greater participation in EBT in general. So it's a good change. I think it's a good change. So wrapping this up, thank you once again, of course, for watching. Thank you guys for sitting down with me and talking. What can we look forward to this week?
Yeah, we already mentioned that EBT Tour is ongoing. We have another competition this week in Norway, so we should take our eye on that, and we'll cover the news as much as possible from Norway. And also, if you missed our podcast about Storm Lucky Larsen Masters from the backstage, if we may, you should probably check that out. It's been quite a week for us and quite an experience as well. So if you have time, 20 minutes, you should really click this link and go to watch it.
Yeah, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We need to grow fast. Right, so thank you very much. If you guys have any suggestions, comments, I don't know, comments about my ugly face or theirs, leave a comment, let us know.
And let us know what you think about Purple Hammer stuff. So if you're a fan, drop it in the comments. If you hate this ball, drop it in the comments. If you hate EBT rules or love it, hit it in the comments. We will try to reply and let's make a discussion in there.
Yeah. Thank you and see you next time.
Okay,
Let's go. Keep on striking.
Oh, yeah.
Hak two. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe to our channel, hit that notification button. It will help us out a lot. Please, we beg you, please, just press the button. Thank you.